Good morning. Tammy C. Walker here, owner of Dreams Are a Reality. I hope you are doing well today. I created this channel to help provide light and love and to help others to see that you can have the life that you truly desire. You can have love, you can have happiness, you can have peace, you can have all those material things that you want. It's all about enjoying them and having peace of mind as you do so. Today I want to talk about how to be content and happy where you are. I heard something, and here I go, not knowing the young lady's last name. You all know her from 3LW and Power, Notori. And I do not know the young lady's last name. She just got married, and LaLa Anthony caught the bouquet. And she was like, "Oh, I'm so happy you caught the bouquet. You deserve happiness too." And here I go meddling. I was telling my sister, I was like, so LaLa Anthony can't be happy unless she has a man or a husband? I was like, oh, I don't like that way of thinking. And so my little sister did tell me, well, LaLa Anthony did say she's ready for love. If you all don't know the backstory, she was married to Carmelo Anthony, the NBA basketball player, and he kept cheating on her over and over and over. Have you all seen LaLa Anthony? And I do believe she had some plastic surgery, which is unbeknown, but now my mind can't understand, because I used to watch LaLa Anthony's show. I think it was with him. Carmelo will be on there a little bit, but that lady is so gorgeous. Her eyes look like marbles. They're like a gray, purple, just a very unique color. Not that though, not the physical, because she's a beautiful lady. But her personality is so humble and soft-spoken and sweet. And I remember one time they were doing a celebration. It might have been her birthday. It was something. And her mother was like, "LaLa, what I love about you is even though even though you're famous and you have, you have money, you're successful," she said, "your personality never changed." And I just love that. So I just hope and I pray, not to pick on my girl LaLa because I simply love her, but I just hope that she knows you can be happy and you can bloom where you are. I always steal Joel Osteen's quote. You don't have to wait on the husband or the man to be happy. And those wasn't her words. That was Notori. But I think that's what society does for us. You'll be happy when you get somebody, or I need a man. I want my husband. I want my husband. I want my husband. Now let me just go on. I'll go ahead and talk about that right now. I feel the same way. I've been divorced since 1999. It's been one hell of a ride. Let me just say it like that. And I do desire that. I do. That's a whole nother video, because I could go down a rabbit hole, and I'm not gonna even go there. But what I have been doing, I would say these last 2+ years, I really been studying my own mind and being honest with myself of maybe some limiting beliefs that I had. I mean, you can make your mouth say whatever. I'm confident, I'm this, I'm that. I believe in God, I believe in prayer, and I deserve this and I desire that. But if you have those limiting beliefs from when you were a teenager or a young girl or a younger woman, they still are there unless you confront them. I know at one point I would tell myself, like, I never get the guy. I'll go back. When I was a teen, I was liking like a real close friend, but he did have a girlfriend, but we kind of like messed around. But I never ended up with him. Didn't even want him after a while, because I ended up dating another guy. And then I end up meeting, my high school sweetheart, which ended up being my husband. So it all worked out. But I just started saying, like, I never get the guy. So that was the first guy. Then the divorce, which I wouldn't even say I never get the guy. I shouldn't even said that, because I ended up marrying the guy. So that wasn't even true what I was saying. As I started dating after my divorce, it was like I was not in a good place. I was grieving the sudden loss of my dad, grieving the divorce, and I tried to date in a very unhealthy place. So I was attracting guys that had even more drama than me. So at some point, you have to do an inventory of yourself. Where are you mentally, physically? What are your beliefs? Do you love yourself? Do you show yourself love? Do not put it on a guy or a lady to be your everything, because in our 40s and 50s, even 30s, even 20s, we have our own trauma and drama. And a lot of people they're not dealing with their stuff. So when you get into a relationship with them, these mommy and daddy issues will appear. And for some reason in the 40s and 50s, they really bubble up. As a therapist, whenever I talk to a client, the conversation often is going to go back to when I was a young girl, when I was a young boy. This is what happened. This is why I am the way I am. That stuff is true because it's true for me. I grew up with both parents. I would hear them talking about money. They both had good jobs. My dad worked for the railroad. My mom worked at the post office. Yet and still, there was this going discussion about money. We always had a nice place to live. They always had nice cars. They kept us fully clothed. I mean, not fully clothed, because what we have on, a shirt and no pants. I didn't mean like that. They kept us, well groomed. We lived decent. I definitely would say we were lower middle class. Lower to middle class, probably. But why was this constant argument there about lack of money? Because the money was there. So that made no sense to me. Watching their marriage, my dad was 13 years older than my mom. They really didn't get along as we got older. And I watched that. So these are things I carried into my maybe subconscious, just watching that. And that was my example of a relationship. My parents were married 29 years until my dad passed away, but they wasn't happy together at the end. It was weird. It was very weird, but that's what I saw. So I'm sure I grabbed some of that. I'm sure, I'm 100% sure that I grabbed, that marriage and put that on my relationship stuff. So what in the world is Tammy saying today? I'm just trying to say, do the work on yourself before you run out into the world and try to put that on somebody else. Like, I want to be happy too. I want a husband, but it's so much bigger than that. I want a wife. I don't think men go around saying that. Do y'all, men? But it's so much bigger than that. It's the motive. Like, why do you want a partner? Why do you want a husband? Why do you want a wife? I could tell you why I want a husband. I want to grow old with someone and share my dreams with them. I want to go walk and get an ice cream cone together. I want to watch the Bulls games together. I want to be there for him as he tells me his dreams, as he tells me his future plans. I want to travel together. I want to snuggle on the couch together and do many other things together. I love companionship, but it's got to be healthy. It's got to be positive. I don't want drama. I don't have drama in my life. So to add a guy and he brings a whole bunch of crap, I just don't, not at this age. Who wants drama unless you like drama? Some people do. Some people love drama. If the relationship is quiet and peaceful, they'll say he's boring or it's kind of boring. And some relationships are boring because you be with the person 4 or 5 years, you get into a routine, you do everything the same, or sometimes the sex goes out the window. People don't tell you, but some couples, they're not having sex. Married couples, they're not having sex. They get used to it where you just jump into bed, go to sleep, somebody's sleeping on the couch. It gets all weird. So it's a conscientious, deliberate effort to keep the spark going. What did somebody tell me recently? They're working on their relationship. It's getting better. something really nice happened. They had a nice date over the weekend. And the man said, I can't get her off my mind. I keep thinking about her. I had to keep texting her a few days ago saying, I can't stop thinking about you. Now, they've been together like 2 years. And I just thought that was so sweet. That's what it's all about. Those tender moments of sitting on the couch, giggling, watching your favorite movie or watching your favorite show. Those are the moments that matter. That's what I hate to keep referring to my ex, but I have nothing else to go on. I'm not going to talk about my ex-husband because that was a long time ago. And we actually had good moments, but nothing like the last one. And we would sit on the couch and be cracking up and eating our dinner and just having a good old time. For me, that's more important than some fancy dinner date. Another time we would have a lot of good times would be playing tennis together, or when we would travel, it was over. Like, we would have so much fun because we're not in Chicago. Nobody knows us, and we can do whatever we want. But we would just have a lot of fun on our vacations. So these things exist. You know, people think like true love don't exist, or, you know, sitting on the couch with your guy and watching something together, cuddling. That's a fallacy, a fantasy. All that stuff is real. But it starts with you being happy on your couch right now and watching Netflix and reading, curling up with a good book. Or I was watching Married at First Sight last night. Yeah, not a good season, you all. I love that show, but it's not a good season. Those couples do not belong together. Mariah Carey said, we belong together. They don't belong together. They don't. But yeah, I hope something I'm saying, it kind of makes some type of sense. How does one reach contentment by themselves? Now, let's go back to that. Because just because you are single, that doesn't mean that's how it's going to end for you, or you don't have to get too comfortable where you're not open to meeting new people. I know the situation I'm in, is a couple of things going on. But for sure, COVID, I feel like it jammed up some things. Because there were some points in 2020 where I was open to talking to a couple of new guys. You know, I was kind of getting open. And I jumped on the dating app. And oh my God, before I could even get going, I shut that thing down. It was like a couple of strange gentlemen that I met. Very clingy. Now, we were talking on the phone, and it was almost like they thought we were dating. I'm like, I don't even know you. It was just weird and bizarre. I don't think I'm a big fan of the dating apps. I'm not saying they don't work, because I'm sure some beautiful people on there. I know it is. But hell, how many people you got to go through before you get to let's see there. I go with those limiting beliefs, right? I don't know. I think I'm just an in-person person. I'd rather meet somebody in person. I think I'm going to stick with that. But yeah, I was trying to say, if you are single, don't get too comfortable with being alone and make that your statement. Get open. You know, things are opening back up, and be open to meeting some fresh new faces, some new people. I think sometimes we do mess up by dating one person and getting stuck on them instead of really sorting through the different people and seeing what's the best option for us. This is more or less at women, because men, they're going to figure that. Men going to get what they deserve a lot of time. Well, sometimes. No, let me take that back. I retract that statement, because I know some guys right now that are in relationships. They're not happy. And yeah, I'm just going to leave that right there. So no, it's not just us ladies. They do it too. I am a bit rambly this morning, but it's a lot of thoughts behind this subject. I could talk about this subject all day, being happy and being content where you are, because it's one of the things that I really talk about the most on my channel. And I do that because that's one area I had to learn, and I'm still learning. It's a process. Am I happy? Most of the time, I'm pretty content. I could say that much. I'm happy though. I'm happy. I'll tell you what I am happy about. I'm happy that I have good health. I'm happy that I have doctors that really care. Like when I go, they really get to the nitty gritty about my health, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have sisters that truly love me and a niece that truly loves me, and we're very close, and I'm grateful to God for that. I'm grateful that I have two incomes. I am happy where I live. I like the vehicle that I drive. Um, I'm happy that I built a life where I can entertain myself. That makes me happy. I have some great friends. They check on me. That's a blessing from God because there are some people, they just call to dump. But I have friends that call to say, Tammy, how you doing? That right there, that makes friendship all worth it. I'm so grateful. I'm happy that I figured out how to take care of my mind, body, and soul. Might not do it to perfection, but I learned about juicing. I learned about the vitamins and supplements. I know about exercise. Oh, thank God for meditation and journaling. And those things make me happy. I'm excited about my future. I'm happy that my YouTube channel is growing. And I'm happy that I'm helping others, especially with this NACA thing. That makes me happy. When I can help you, that's why God left me on this earth. So those are just some of the things that make me happy. And I have many more. What about you? What's your happy list and your contentment list? I know it's long. We have so much to be grateful for. I should be shaming myself. Number one thing I should be happy about is God, Jesus. That's one thing that drives my life is knowing Him. And I thank God for Dorothy Walker. My mother, she made that so important for us. And it's almost like, you think about your parents, especially if they're not here, even if they are still here. You think about how they prepared you for life. And my mother, man, that just touches my heart. She knew, like, those girls gonna need something to anchor themselves on. And I don't know where I would be if I did not believe in God, Jesus Christ. For real. That's for real. That's what gets me up and it makes me happy because I feel like I could go to Him with doubts and fears and worries and, gratitude, good stuff. So, yeah, that's what makes me happy. Alrighty now, before I take y'all to church, I'm getting on out of here. We are nearing the end of our week. It is Thursday. And I hope and pray you had a good week so far and an even better weekend. Drop me some comments. People have been leaving comments. Y'all so sweet. I'm sending y'all a virtual hug. And have a beautiful day. Think about what keeps you happy and content. Think about doing some new stuff as we are going through April. May is going to be, around the corner real fast. And then it's going to get warmer. And that's when you can get out and walk in the park and go on your lakefront and go shopping and go for a swim, play some volleyball, go to a baseball game, go hang out with your kids, your grandkids. The grandparents love them grandkids. Woo! And just enjoy your life and go on a date and be happy. Go on a date with your friends and go on a date by yourself and go on a date with some new people. Okay, signing off. God bless you all. Tammy C. Walker. Bye-bye.